The year was 1970, and the Pentagon had a problem. American fighter jets were becoming gold-plated monsters, massive twin-engine giants like the F-15 that were incredibly powerful, but also incredibly expensive. Many believed the age of the nimble dogfighter was dead, replaced by long-range missiles and heavy radar. But a group of rogue engineers and pilots, known in the halls of the Pentagon as the Fighter Mafia, disagreed. They believed the Air Force was building flying bricks, and they set out to build a glitch that no enemy pilot could catch. The result was the F-16 Fighting Falcon, a jet that broke every established rule of aviation. The insane engineering started with a radical focus on the pilot's survival and vision. For the first time in history, a pilot wasn't sitting inside a cramped cockpit with metal frames blocking their view. They were placed under a seamless bubble canopy. It was a single piece of bird-proof polycarbonate that gave the pilot a 360-degree field of vision. In a dogfight, losing sight is losing the fight, and the F-16 ensured the pilot saw everything first. But the most controversial piece of engineering was the side stick controller. In every fighter before it, the pilot used a massive control stick between their legs that required large physical movements to bank the plane. The Fighter Mafia threw that out. They placed a small pressure-sensitive handle on the right side of the cockpit. Initially, the stick didn't move at all. It simply sensed the pressure of the pilot's hand. This allowed for lightning-fast inputs that could snap the plane into a turn before a human could even move a traditional stick. The Mafia had created a machine that felt less like a vehicle and more like an extension of the pilot's own nervous system. The F-16 was born from a rebellion, but as it took to the skies, the world realized that this budget fighter was about to rewrite the laws of physics.
In the world of aviation, stability is usually the goal. Most planes are designed like a lawn dart. If the pilot lets go of the controls, the plane naturally wants to fly straight and level. But the Fighter Mafia realized that stability is the enemy of agility. To make a jet that could outturn anything in the sky, they had to build a plane that was broken by design. This is the secret of the F-16's insane maneuverability, relaxed static stability. If you look at the F-16's profile, the center of gravity is placed much further back than on a traditional jet. This makes the aircraft naturally unstable. In fact, if you took a human pilot and cut the power to the onboard computers, the F-16 would literally flip over and rip itself apart in less than a second. It is a glitch in the air, a machine that is constantly trying to crash. To keep this $30 million beast from falling out of the sky, the engineers developed the world's first production fly-by-wire system. There are no steel cables or hydraulic lines connecting the pilot's stick to the wings. Instead, a quad-redundant computer system sits between the pilot and the flight surfaces. These computers are making thousands of tiny adjustments every second, catching the plane before it flips and keeping it in a state of controlled chaos. This digital bribe to the laws of physics is what makes the F-16 a ghost in the dogfight. Because the plane wants to turn, it can initiate a maneuver faster than any stable aircraft. When the pilot pushes that side stick, the computer doesn't just move a flap, it stops fighting the plane's natural urge to tumble, allowing the F-16 to snap into a high G turn with violent speed. It is a masterpiece of digital engineering, a plane that only stays in the air because a computer is faster than gravity.
The final piece of insane engineering isn't found in the wings or the engine. It's found in the seat. Because the F-16 is so agile, it can perform maneuvers that generate 9 Gs of force. To a pilot, that feels like having an African elephant sit directly on your chest.
At those levels, physics tries to pull the blood out of the pilot's brain and down into their legs, which causes a G-lock, a total loss of consciousness. If the pilot blacks out, the unstable F-16 will crash in seconds. To prevent this, F-16 engineers did something no one had ever done. They tilted the pilot's seat back at a sharp 30-degree angle. This isn't for comfort, it's a biological hack. By tilting the pilot back, the vertical distance between the heart and the brain is shortened. This makes it easier for the heart to pump blood against the crushing G-forces, keeping the pilot awake while the plane screams through a turn that would snap the wings off a lesser aircraft. Even the cockpit floor was redesigned. The heel rests are raised high, pushing the pilot's knees toward their chest to naturally compress the lower body and keep blood in the torso. Combined with the side stick controller, which allows the pilot to brace their entire arm against the side console while pulling high Gs, the F-16 becomes a machine that protects the human software inside its high-performance hardware. After 50 years, the F-16 remains the Leatherman of the sky. It has evolved from a simple lightweight dayfighter into a multi-role beast capable of carrying nuclear weapons, GPS-guided bombs, and advanced electronic jamming pods. It is the ultimate success story of the F-Fighter Mafia, a plane that was built to be a budget-friendly rebel, but ended up becoming the gold standard for air superiority. The Falcon doesn't just fly. It defies every rule of the sky.